We're 6 days out from making the big westbound move official, and I'm fortunate enough to be here with all four of track and field's 2019 NCAA West Regional qualifiers. So we've got Curt and Gabe up in the left corner. We've got Tim in the bottom left. And then we've got Corbin in the bottom right. So thank you guys for being with me today.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's just get right into it. We just want to kind of take everybody back to that moment, back to 2019, back to you for going up to Sacramento and, you know, trying to make your mark and trying to advance on to the NCAA championships. So Corbin, Gabe, and Curt, you guys opened the NCAA West Regionals meet, right? So for the first time, it was all three of you guys' first appearance, right? Corbin, Gabe, Curt?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you guys just kind of talk about what it was like for you guys leading up to the meet and preparation?
Corbin, you go first.
All right. So for me, leading up to that was, you know, it was really a sign of all the hard work and all the training had been paying off. You know, all the hours spent in the weight room, out in the ring and all that had all paid off. And leading up to it, especially, you know, a couple days beforehand, there were quite a bit of nerves because I had never been to a meet of that caliber before. And, you know, the nerves were there, but as soon as it came time to compete, you know, I had in the zone and I was able to focus and do what needed to be done.
Right. What about you guys?
I think for me, it was more of understanding this is my last time. This is my last meet as a high school or college athlete. Right. So it was a culmination of all of the 14 years of competing that was just coming down to this last meet. So I was just trying to enjoy it, but still go in with the mentality that I was going to do the best I can and, you know, run the race that I've been running all year long and hopefully PR. But that didn't happen. I still had fun though.
Right.
I would say leading up to it was kind of like a reward, I feel like, because like it was coming to an end and I feel like it was kind of like a long process too. So I was kind of trying to wrap everything up, but while still performing. So I didn't want to get there and then like crap the bed and not put on the performance that I know I should have. So it was also like a monopoly like game, I feel like, because you're going up there and you're trying to save as much energy like going through the rounds. So you're also not trying to run like personal best, but you got to still run with like the big boys. So right. I knew that it was different, but it was exciting too, just being around like the best in the nation. So
that's some good insight. Thank you for that. And so along that same vein, Curt, your preliminary 800-meter time, you advanced on to the quarterfinals, right? But can you kind of talk about that race in particular? Because in and of itself, between the first lap to the second lap and what happened and kind of how you had to push through and persevere.
Yeah. So I'm like in high school and like the WAC, like you could kind of hold back a lot and like still advance from just like the people around me. It's not as difficult, I feel like. Here it's like I'm racing against SC and like all these crazy schools, and just leading up to it, like I knew I'd have to like push more. So just seeing there's like 6 heats and I was like in the 3rd or 4th heat. So I'm looking at the times and I know I had to make top 3, but also like the next fastest time. So my main thing was to make top 3. And so I actually led the whole thing until like 100 meters to go. A couple dudes like snuck in and I didn't realize like I let up a lot and it almost cost me like big time, but I was like able to secure that spot as I was cooling down. Like Tim and Gabe were calling me and they're like, you made it. And I was I kind of had a feeling I made it, but I also was like, dang dude, I let up and now it's gonna pay next year's. I'm gonna have to never let up again. But yeah, it was good though to make it through.
So what was that feeling, you know, when you actually knew that you were going on to the next round?
It was good. I mean, the feeling was like, it's like, damn, I got to run again. But it was also like, it's something most people they haven't got the opportunity to do. And like, I wasn't even leading up to this whole season. Like I had expectations, but I didn't know how far I was going to go. Like I went with the flow and just trusted the plan. And I mean, I don't know. It was weird because the times also, it was nighttime. So like we're running in the dark and we're warming up, and like I'm usually going to bed by 10 and I'm over here racing at 10. So that was kind of difficult, and like it was different. But after I made it, I jumped in the ice bath. I had Tim and them right there. It was pretty cool, but it was cold. So it was a good thing though.
So, Tim, how was that experience kind of for you? Curt's mentioned multiple times how you and Gabe were kind of, support, but you were there also, as a competitor, but having to wait a couple of days. But how was it just for you to kind of stay focused for what you had to be there for, but also be, a good teammate and be there for Curt?
I was always, anytime my friends raced, I always come find them like immediately after. I remember I came and found Curt. He was like throwing up in a garbage can right after his race. And so like, I always try to be the first one there to like congratulate them, especially if they just won a race or if they did good. I always like to be right at the finish line or find them in the warm-ups right after. So I don't really think about what I have going on the next day. I just think about like what's happening in the moment,
Right. So now it's day 2 of the meet. Corbin, you have the discus, and Curt, you're in the second round for the 800 meter. Is it a different experience? Is it a different mindset? Now, Corbin, you first, but what are you've already thrown in a different event. Now you're going into the discus, arguably maybe one of your more comfortable events. So how do you feel?
Definitely having, done an event the previous day helped to calm the nerves and help to, get me acquainted with what I should expect going into something like this. And as you mentioned, discus is definitely my more comfortable event because I've been doing it much longer than I have hammer. So that level of comfort also helped to reassure me. And so because of that, I was able to, go in there, clear head, clear mind, and just focus on what I needed to do and, give it my best effort.
That's great. What about you, Curt?
So day 2, it was really exciting too. I think it was a little later again that night. So I had to just sitting throughout the day, I had to keep my legs up and stuff. So, I mean, it was exciting, especially when I got underneath the tent. Like the first time I see the kid that happened to win NCAAs was from the West region. So we're under the tent together on day 1. And I was kind of fanning over it. I'm like, oh dude, that's the kid. And then day 2, I'm just I'm just as good as these kids.
Awesome.
I'm here for a reason. So, but it was definitely, it was a good experience, I would say.
I'm sure. Right. So both of you guys set program records in your respective events, in your finishes. So highest finish in the program and 800 meter and hammer and discus. So was that the objective? What were your goals heading into the meet? I mean, it's still a great feat. I'm sure obviously the main goal was to advance to NCAA championships, top 12. But still making your mark, giving it your all, persevering through different adversity. What do you take from all that?
Go ahead, Corbin.
So because that was my first time going in there and I was coming in lower on the charts, I didn't personally or have the hope that I would have an insane mark, or I would get an insane mark and be able to move on. So my entire goal was going in there, do the best I can, try and get my best throw that I possibly can, and come out happy with a good mark for myself, as opposed to going in there and trying to throw something that I couldn't throw.
And were you pleased with the results?
Discus, I was pleased. Hammer, I left a little bit to be desired, but I know it comes with the sport of not every day is going to be a good day when you're competing. So I was pleased with the outcome overall.
And what about you, Curt? How do you feel?
I feel like I have a lot more to give. I feel like I have the talent to be up there with those kids. So after I was kind of upset that I didn't get to go, but at the end of the day, like just the overall how the season was wrapped up. I mean, I put on a show, and I feel like I performed really good, like even at that meet. The race, if I would have planned the race differently and ran how I usually run, I think the outcome would have been very different. But I tried like something different, so it didn't really go my way. I feel like because I switched it up, and I wasn't comfortable being in that position. So.
Well, another thing, it was also learning lessons for the both of you because, I mean, Corbin, you've got 2 more seasons of eligibility. Curt, you've got another season. So, I mean, it's very well likely that the both of you will be right back there when NCAA championships are held.
Yeah.
So, Tim, now we're back on you. It's day 3, and you're kind of the last runner standing, so to speak. In your event, you've got the high jump, but it's not your first time. So this is your second appearance there. So what can you kind of talk about what was different? What was the difference between 2017 and 2019 in your approach, if any?
I think going into 2019 NCAA's is a lot less nerves because I've been on that stage before, and with high jump, like you kind of know everyone. You all sit there together and hang out together. So I've seen these people before, and I'm friends with a lot of them, and we joke around, and we all follow each other like on social media and stuff. So it was a lot less nerves, and it was just like fun to be out there. I had my friends supporting me and everything. My family was out there. So it was a lot more emotional because I knew it was my last meet. I knew that I just had to go and have fun, do my best that I could, and go out and have dinner and stuff with everyone afterwards.
So you and Gabe both mentioned it already, but it was your season. It was your senior season, so your last attempt at competing for the Roadrunners. Can you guys just kind of talk about how special that moment was for you guys to kind of cap your careers at NCAA West Regional?
It was definitely an honor. I mean, I had the fortunate opportunity to compete all those 4 years, and I felt that me just qualifying for the meet just really made Coach Wentworth proud, and it made all the other coaches proud. So from that perspective, as long as I made my coaches proud and I put a good example on for the school, that made me happy.
That's great.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool thing to be able to end at that meet because it's not something that very many people get the opportunity to do. You know, it's the top 48 in the West, and that's it. You know, so not everyone gets to be there, and it's a big honor to be able to do it.
Right. Big honor. We're all proud. Again, all 4 of the NCAA 2019 West Regional qualifiers. So I just want to kind of digress for a little bit, and before we shut down, and just allow you guys to kind of let us know what you guys are up to these days. Tim, you want to start?
Sure. Currently, I'm just working. I work at Genentech, which is a biotechnology company. We make medicine, so that's what I'm doing. I'm a bioprocess technician,
Well, we
and I've
definitely
been doing that
right now.
for I've been doing that for like the last year.
Hey, that's really awesome. Appreciate that. Gabe?
I'm halfway through my master's program at CSUB, getting a degree in public administration. And prior to the COVID shutdown, I was substitute teaching high school and coaching track at one of the local high schools in my first year.
Great.
So I'm staying involved in the sport.
Right. Awesome. What about you, Curt?
I just been sleeping, training, trying to eat good, just take care of my body. Hopefully there's a season next year. So
staying ready for this Big West move, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to get in the Big West for sure. That's something I look forward to. So hopefully when school starts back, we'll be training. And I believe middle of July, we're allowed to go and like train on campus. So we'll see and just get ready for next year.
What about you, Corbin? How are you feeling?
I actually just got back from a little bit of a vacation. Spent some time over in Florida. I haven't been exactly feeding myself the best of food like Curt over there, but I feel like I can afford it a little bit more than he can. But apart from that, I've just been, working out, trying not to get too out of shape, and then just wait until I can throw again.
You excited about this Big West move?
Oh, I'm so ready for it.
Right. Sorry. So again, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to sit with me and relive 2019 with us again. Thank you guys and stay safe.